Screen rant. Okay, Jack Snyder's Justice League. Let's hear it from our Google correspondent.
Zack Snyder's Justice League, every Easter egg and DCEU reference. Published by Screen Rant. Warning, spoilers for Zack Snyder's Justice League. There are few superhero directors who love Easter eggs and comic book references as much as Zack Snyder, which means his completed vision of Justice League may end up setting a new record. Forget the normal strategy for fitting in DCEU clues, references, or nods to the fans. The 4-hour runtime of Zack Snyder's Justice League means a bigger chance than ever before to fill every scene with fan service secrets. To make sure that no DC or DCEU fan misses out on a single comic book reference, inside joke, or blink and you miss its secret detail, we're breaking them all down. From the comics that Zack Snyder painstakingly recreated on film, to the Calverts to Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, our guide is the only one you need. So with one final spoiler warning, let's get started. Batman's Nightmare revisited but reversed. Fans got their first glimpse at Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne in the Icelandic cold in the earliest Justice League trailers. But it isn't the first time Batman is shown striding to the edge of a cliff in a coat and goggles. The callback to the nightmare sequence in Batman v Superman is hard to ignore, even if the color scheme and temperature are as reversed as Bruce's mission. Having seen how the world dies, Bruce is now stepping up to find its salvation. The layers go deeper, too, as Bruce is still looking out upon his last chance at victory, but bookend this opening with his final scene in the Nightmare timeline, and Bruce is stuck in a vicious cycle. The Icelandic village's Aquaman Arch. The musical scene following Arthur Curry's exit from his meeting with Bruce will be hard to forget, as the women of the town gather to honor the legendary demigod who has come, saved them, and now retreats back into the sea. But it isn't the first hint at this dynamic audiences get. When Bruce first enters the town, he walks beneath an arch unmistakably matching that of Aquaman, additionally decorated with runs in the shape of tridents. The fact that these are real runs, repurposed to pay tribute to Aquaman, sets the stage for the kind of myth-making and worship central to Zack Snyder's vision of the DCEU. Zack Snyder's Justice League cameo. This Justice League cameo was revealed by Zack Snyder as part of his leaking of still frames of the Snyder Cut via the social media platform Vero. All fans knew at the time was it implied a deleted scene involving Lois Lane, Amy Adams. In the context of the movie, the reporter is just as fond as Fred and Ginger Coffee as Snyder recreating the real-world favorite coffee shop of the director for the movie. So it only makes sense that Snyder himself should have a similar means of getting by in a world without Superman. The return of Jimmy Olsen. After Zack Snyder's role for Jimmy Olsen in Batman v Superman ruffled fan feathers, it seems he took the opportunity to show love for the character in the sequel. Following Lois Lane's trip to Fred and Ginger's, it's revealed she buys a coffee for herself every morning. As well as Jimmy's sorry, Jerry, the policeman stationed at the Heroes Park Memorial. A role played by actor Mark Matlock, beloved to Superman fans for his roles as the intrepid young photojournalist to Christopher Reeve's Man of Steel, as well as the follow-up Supergirl film. Wonder Woman stands with justice, her ancestor. It makes perfect sense for Wonder Woman to be introduced atop the scales of justice, valuing nothing more than the truth. But the statue is technically of the actual mythological Themis, a titan of Greek mythology, for mythology newbies, that is the order of gods and goddesses who came before Zeus and his family. That literally makes her an old god of earth. With sword in hand and possessing the essence of the gods who first walked the earth, Wonder Woman's connection means much more than fans realize. Ray Porter's cameo, aside from the voice of Darkseid. For many DC fans, Zack Snyder's Justice League was anticipated solely for a chance to see Darkseid in a feature film. Ray Porter's performance as the villain will go unnoticed by many thanks to the CG bringing him and his fellow Apocalyptians to life. While it's true Darkseid may be one of DC's greatest villains, fans can also look out for Ray Porter playing the blacksmith responsible for manning the crucible used to forge a metal case around the mother box entrusted to the world of humans. Observe him looking upon his smithing work, and tremble. The Flash knows his gorillas. The character of Barry Allen was one of the most impacted by the changes in writing and humor brought with Joss Whedon's reshots, turning the tragic hero into fast-talking comic relief. However, one of his jokers, credited to writer Chris Terrio, did survive the edits. When listing his skills to Bruce Wayne upon finding himself in an impromptu job interview, Barry claims that he can speak sign language, but only gorilla sign language. While that talent may not actually be seen in practice, it's impossible for fans to see this line as anything but a nod to the psychically gifted Gorilla Grodd, one of Flash's oldest and most beloved comic book foes. Detective Crispus Allen, Gotham Central. J.K. Simmons may claim the spotlight, bat signal, in his brief appearance as Jim Gordon. Man viewers will wonder if the police officer catching him up to speed on the mayhem in Gotham is equally of interest. He most certainly is, and is called by name, Crispus Allen, played by actor Obna Holbrook Smith. Allen has been a regular in Gotham City comic stories for years, acting as a pivotal figure in the Gotham Central series. Here's hoping he'll return in the future, should a sequel to Justice League or another adventure with Ben Affleck's Batman become a reality. Ace Chemicals is still in business. Fans will have multiple chances to spot another great Easter egg in the Gotham skyline. As in the theatrical cut of Justice League, a neon sign advertises the proximity of Ace Chemicals to the airport where Bruce and Barry exit the bomber's jet, along with his Mercedes. The Toxic Company is one of the most infamous locations in the DC universe, responsible for turning Jared Leto's Joker into the madman he is today. Fortunately, should this moment be missed, the Ace Chemicals sign is once again visible in the film's closing scene, once again impossible to miss in Gotham City's skyline in the distance. The Anti-Life's Omega Equation. What originally seemed like an apocalyptic attack or symbol in the first looks at Justice League's ancient battle is revealed in the film to actually be the anti-life equation. Fans will have much to discuss when it comes to Darkseid's original understanding of this equation, his humiliating defeat on a nameless planet, and his rise to power without the mighty anti-life. But Steppenwolf confirms that the Omega symbol in Darkseid's chest in both film and comics is actually directly derived from the equation. The anti-life equation is carved into the surface of this very world. I have seen it, I have looked with my own eyes.
There you have it.